Hello everybody, let's play some more Cymon films here. Alright, so I was supposed to come here last time and look for something. The garden is conveniently out. Oh, I don't need to be here anymore, I guess I've sold everything.
No chance of getting in here.
Wasn't that where I was supposed to go?
Probably even nicer than the men's room, but good form prevents me from checking. Now there's probably nothing in there I need. There must be hidden cameras in all the rooms. This could be a problem with a conscious security guard hanging around. Well, someone around here is a heavy coffee drinker, and I'm betting it's our night watchman. Probably has to keep sipping it all night to stay awake.
Oh, where's this?
I was lucky to get in without the guard seeing me, but I figured he was somewhere in the building. I'd be in trouble if he returned to the front desk and checked out the monitors, so I had to figure something out fast.
Okay.
This pleasant ensemble makes me feel right at home. I wonder if this tree could have bugs.
Where is the camera in this room, actually?
I've never been musically inclined, but I have been known to take a stand on occasion.
This doesn't look good. Okay.
I guess they like to party on the patio. Courtesy phone. No way in the world this thing's bugged. Quality plastic place settings. Only the best for Law and Order party boosters.
Oh, is that it?
This security camera could be a potential health risk. I'm extremely photosensitive.
Okay.
This pleasant ensemble makes me feel right at home. I wonder if this tree could have bugs.
Why would you want to use that?
I wonder if this tree could have bugs. Well, heaven help us if dogs ever get the vote. This pleasant ensemble makes me feel right at home. Chopsticks. Looks like the Law and Order dinner was German Chinese food. An hour after you eat, you're hungry for power.
Okay. What is this?
Odd. The ozonator seems to have a good-sized hole in it.
Ozonator?
High security card reader. My deductive powers tell me I may need a high security card.
Is that it?
Couldn't
And
let that guard in the lobby see me on his monitor.
yeah, I know, I know.
These double doors lead into a large room, maybe a reception area. There must be hidden cameras in all the rooms. This could be a problem with a conscious security guard hanging around. Sometimes, you just gotta go. They didn't spare any expense in this bathroom. Even the graffiti is top of the line. Well, I doubt this towel's been sanitized for my protection. And this telephone's perfect for the man who's just gotta go. I'd better steer clear of the bench. I don't know what's been on there. I don't think I need to get in that door. A locked emergency exit.
Oh wait, there's a fellow here a bit. Never mind.
I was lucky to get in without the guard seeing me, but I figured he was somewhere in the building. I'd be in trouble if he returned to the front desk and checked out the monitors, so I had to figure something out fast.
Pretty smart. You saw that on Mission Impossible, didn't you?
Oh? Did they use that trick too? Why, I had no idea.
Did you have any problems setting up the photo?
Are you kidding? What do you think I am, an idiot?
Okay, that was a good one. So now I can get in here.
I wonder if this tree could have bugs. This tree could have bugs. This must be John Klaus's little shop of horrors. I think Klaus has night fever, and he knows how to show it. He sure is a popular model. I see it everywhere.
Wait, what? I thought I was gonna take one.
He sure is a popular model. I see it everywhere.
Okay, can't even make it go back.
Well, here's something they filed on the floor.
Robert Note may be receiving several important phone calls at EXT 107. It is imperative that all calls coming to his office uh, after something be answered. J. Klaus. Alright. Couldn't make sense of that word.
Something tells me I may not want to look at this photo. Not Gideon, too. This time, Sylvia has a lot of explaining to do.
Why, jealous?
Chances are probably about 0 that I'll get into Klaus's computer.
That's actually a really good follow.
Not Gideon, too. This time, Sylvia has a lot of explaining to do.
Like nice quality.
Maybe Klaus moonlights as a film critic. An inter-office memo.
Oops. A little bit too fast for my own good. Let's see. Date October 2nd, 2037. Tension level for personnel from dash dash. RE, the crusade for genetic purity. Rumors have been circulating in regards to a supposed cabal known as the Crusade for Genetic Purity existing within the ranks of the Law and Order Party. Reputedly, the ideals of this faction include an agenda for cleansing the general population of all those possessing mutated genetic makeups. In spite of any personal views on the mutant issue, the party's official stand is to 1. Deny the existence of the Crusade and 2. Strongly oppose the ideology. Failure to comply by any party member will result in immediate and permanent expulsion. Wait, that's not important? Some cables or something? This looks like a piece of a card. No, it's not.
Nothing here.
It's probably something totally different. I have no idea how I'm supposed to read this. Maybe I'm not.
I'm surprised this thing doesn't have a stretching mechanism on it. I don't like to think what Klaus would be doing with a barrel of acid. Implant procedures. Question is, if they just want to kill people, why did they go through all the trouble of the implants? What's the real purpose behind using them? Karl Linsky's name is on the printout. That explains Linsky's surgery, and it may also explain his suicide.
You mean his not suicide?
Tape player. I'm not so sure I want to hear what's on this.
Hear it. Is it local now? Okay.
Chances are probably about 0 that I'll get into Klaus's computer. These tools look like something out of Dead Ringers. I guess Klaus has drawn a little blood in here. Lovely.
Wait, that's blood? Okay. That's screwed up graphics for you.
Klaus stands on this, he might be able to look people right in the eye. Klaus probably uses this to determine the exact moments his patients kick off. I'll pass on the sandwich, but a super squishy sounds pretty darn good. I'll pass on the sandwich. It's something with John Klaus's name on it. Could be informative.
Date November 14, October 14th, 2037. Attention level 3 and level 4 personnel from John Klaus. STG project. All available resources are being utilized to locate the source of the STG project. While not all data is yet available, there is every indication that the end product will be immensely valuable to furthering Law and Order's agenda. Logical and practical suggestions have been made on how to introduce the implants into the general population. Doing so would provide us access to individual locating and tracking via satellite, instant positive identification, physiological influence and/or control via nanotechnology. This technology is still highly experimental, but the source of the SDG project is obviously years ahead of anyone else. I recommend that we invest as much as possible, both financially and with human resources, to the end is to the end of incorporating the SDG technology.
Why would Klaus use nitrous oxide? That takes all the pain out of it. Maybe it's for personal use.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Klaus probably uses this to determine the exact moments his patients kick off.
Okay, well, seemingly there is no crosshairs in the book anymore, so, or, yeah, not bad. So I guess I don't have to do anything with it.
I wonder what this is. Maybe it's an Iron Maiden for small animals.
Nope. So I'm out of here?
Slaughterhouses must require good ventilation.
Okay.
There was still something I hadn't found in Klaus's lab.
Yeah,
Something extremely important.
felt like it. Oh, he said something in here about Linsky.
Karl Linsky's name is on the printout. That explains Linsky's surgery, and it may also explain his suicide. Maybe Klaus moonlights as a film critic. Nothing here. Nothing here. I'm surprised this thing doesn't have a stretching mechanism on it. Well, that won't work. Karl Linsky's name is on the printout. That explains Linsky's surgery, and it may also explain his suicide. A cat picture? Interesting. Klaus doesn't strike me as an animal lover.
Less cat? Okay.
Slade must have given this pass card to Klaus after he murdered whoever it belonged to.
Aha. Alright. Now I'm gonna have to find the password for it, which is probably this. No? So this the only openable thingy? What about these? Nope. Okay. I have no clue what this could be. Nothing really comes to mind yet.
I'd gotten everything I needed out of Law and Order, but the odds were pretty good that the guard was waiting in the lobby. I had to figure out a way to get him away from the front desk without letting him know I was in the building.
And how did you do that?
A luxurious patois.
Oh. But I have no clue. Who do I call?
This thing has anagram written all over it. Robert Knott's top-level ID. Looks like Robert Knott was doing some check. Question. I wonder if this tree could have bugs. Furniture in here looks like it was set up for a bridge tournament. Well, it never occurred to me to make Jell-O with fruit chunky style. I'll bet a few fat cats rub their bellies on this thing. I'd gotten everything I needed out of Law and Order, but the odds were pretty good that the guard was waiting in the lobby. I had to figure out a way to get him away from the front desk without letting him know I was in the building. No way in the world this thing's bugged.
Okay, I think this worked. Wait, where is it? From the notes?
Unless I'm...
Nope, not this one.
Slade must... This was Greg Call.
This may have been removed just now because they used it. Yeah, that's probably the case.
After my narrow escape from Law and Order, I went home and crashed, but I slept like hell. Slade was still out there, undoubtedly looking for me, and I had nightmares about John Klaus, the mad scientist, turning everyone into zombies. When I woke up the next day, I had no idea what was going to happen. Little did I know, later that day, I'd find out the identity of the poison pawn. Sounds like I've got a message on the vid phone.
Okay, so I basically called the other office or some other room, but I thought that was the number for the room, so I have no idea how that is also the phone number. Anyway,
I have a message for you. You'll probably think it's important. You can pick it up at my shop whenever you get the time to see me. Ciao for now.
Like I've got a message on the vid phone.
Good afternoon, Mr. Murphy. I just wanted to call and thank you for bringing me the disc from Robert Knott. It has everything we need to take down the Law and Order party. The evidence is overwhelming. I owe you a big favor. Within reason, of course. Thank you again.
wow, you're very welcome. Okay. So, might as well go and see her, I guess.
You're back again. What can I do for you this time?
You have anything for me?
Right now, we're working on exposing a faction inside Law and Order supposedly called the Crusade for Genetic Purity. We haven't been able to get our hands on any hard evidence, but we're sure it exists. This must have been taken a while ago. Gideon hasn't gone out in public in months.
What the heck? How do you know that? Anyway, I forgot about that. Might as well go ask her. And what do you know? She's not here. How do I speak to her? Am I not supposed to speak to her anymore? I can't even go to the warehouse. What about this place? Oh, also, I think I forgot. I need to check the moves on some of these. Okay, F1. Okay. And I also need to figure out the password somehow.
Slade must have given this pass card to Klaus after he murdered whoever it belonged to.
Okay, so I think now I'm ready for the next big message, or maybe I can talk to her. I guess I'm not able to speak to Gideon. He's supposedly out of town.
So what can I do for the world's sexiest PI? Oh, I wish I could be of more help. Sylvia with J. St. Gideon? Oof. This really lowers my opinion of Mr. Gideon considerably.
Well, sorry to break your dreams. I wonder if she knows about this crusade thingy.
Getting ready for your hunter safety course there,
She's
Lieutenant?
happy to see me.
I thought I told you to stay the hell out of my office.
Please. Eve. I'm walking in here on my hands and knees. I've just about cracked this case, but I need your help to finish it.
All right? But this is it. No more chances. Never heard of it.
Yep.
I haven't got any information on that.
Okay.
Sheesh, Jorge, you're not still playing the same game, are you?
So, you got my message.
Yeah, I did.
I was contacted on the internet by the poison pawn you asked me about. He sent an email for you.
For me?
It's over there on that computer.
Thanks.
There was no return address.
That's all right.
Mr. Murphy, if you want to know the truth about Linsky's suicide and its connection to the STG project, meet me at the abandoned St. Thomas mission at midnight. If you're late or bring anyone with you, you won't find me. This is a matter of life and death. Yours. The Poison Pawn. Okay.
Well, everything about the message seemed legit. It was from the Poison Pawn, came through Valdez. It referred to things from Wanda Peck's anonymous letter. But my intuition meter was on the fritz. Was I being set up? Or was I about to meet the man behind the curtain? If so, who was it? J. St. Gideon? One of the supposedly dead scientists? Carl Linsky back from the grave? I waited till midnight and went to the rendezvous point. My instincts told me to beware of a trap, so I found a back door and went in that way. The place appeared to be empty, but I still needed to check out the clock tower. As it turned out, though, I had to search the ground floor first, and search pretty thoroughly before doing anything else. Looks like someone was tidying up about 20 years ago. A rock. I wonder if there's a hard place nearby.
Ho ho ho.
The boxes are all in various stages of
Probably
dry
on the
rot.
opposite end. Text.
The boxes are all in various stages of dry rot. These don't smell like barrels of fun. Old toolboxes? Well, they're like Christmas presents for an amateur handyman like myself. Old toolboxes? Well, they're like Christmas presents for an amateur handyman like myself.
Really? Nothing? Oh, okay. I thought I clicked on that. Very well. I guess that's about it.
I'm not planning on leaving until I find the poison pawn. He must be waiting up in the clock tower. These crates don't look like they've been moved in quite a while.
Alright, I guess that's about it.
The boxes are all in various stages of dry rot. This could open some doors for me. Nothing happened. There must be some other power switch in here somewhere. An elevator. Well, like they say, what goes up must come down. An elevator. Well, like they say, what goes up must come down.
No, I have no clue. What happens if I do something like that?
Well, that's not gonna work.
Not much. Yeah, that's all.
That doesn't seem to do anything.
Really? Just leave?
Looks like someone was tidying up about 20 years ago.
I can move any of those.
Well, that won't work. Gonna not work.
And I've many pick.
Nothing happened. There must be some other power switch in here somewhere.
Some other power switch. Well, I don't see anything.
These crates don't look like they've been moved in quite a while.
Ah, look at this.
My favorite kind of paneling. Electrical. My favorite kind of paneling.
Okay. Might as well again.
Shame to cover such a beautiful mouth. Don't you think so, Mr. Murphy? It was necessary, of course. You see, I couldn't have Dulcinea warning off her knight Aaron from charging the windmill.
I was wondering when you'd crawl out of that rat's nest.
Contraire, Senor Quixote. It is you who are the rat. And you, my dear, the perfect piece of cheese.
Who's the poison pawn? Is it you? Is it Sylvia here?
Sylvia?
The poison pawn? It was Miss Linsky's father who wrote the anonymous letter to Capricorn. We found copies of it while we were going through his papers after his unfortunate death.
So why'd you have to trick me into coming here?
I brought you here to offer you a trade. You tell me what you know, and I let the little missy free. So, let's begin with the STG pass cards. Where are they?
The best of my recollection there, somewhere on the Spanish High Plains with my trusted servant Sancho. I've got them with me.
Excellent. Now, in 30 words or less, tell me everything you know about the STG project.
Not too much. I mean, I've heard implants, mind control, satellite tracking. Oh, and then there was that little experiment you pulled on me.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out quite as we had planned. You were supposed to be a good little detective and die, like Mr. Linsky.
I mean, Linsky was your friend. I'd hate to see what you'd do to your enemies.
Well, you're about to find out. Now, for the sake of Miss Linsky here, tell me what else you found out about.
Well, there's someone running around with the name Overlord. He seems to be running things. You know, I think that's you.
Excellent! Excellent! Now, as a token of my appreciation, one last kiss.
Why'd you tell him he's never gonna let me go?
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Mr. Murphy. It looks like she's not in the mood. For once! Well, let's just move on to the murder-suicide portion of the program, shall we?
You said you'd let her go. We made a deal.
Oh, Mr. Murphy, please. Don't compound your gullibility with your stupidity. I mean, she's more of a threat to me than you are. The mere fact that she's been intimate with several of my enemies, not to mention a handful of my allies, makes her a real threat.
You're a liar! Don't listen to him, Tex. I've never had anything to do with Klaus or any of it. I swear it.
Well, I didn't say you were involved. But I do realize you have the capacity for treachery. I mean, for all I know, you may be as innocent as you claim to be. I'm just not a risk taker. Oh, don't look so sad, Tex. At least you know that you were the last, hmm? I mean, perhaps she even cared for you. As much as he's capable. Well, down to business. Mr. Slade? Mr. Slade? I leave the necessary unpleasantries in your capable hands.
My pleasure, Mr. Klaus.
That was close. I was beginning to wonder how we were going to get out of this.
Don't stop wondering on my account. See, the way I got it figured, once I get all those pass cards, someone will pay top dollar to get them back. I was just taking out the middleman.
If you take a personal check, I'd be happy to put in my bid.
Well, I appreciate the offer, but I don't think you're in the right tax bracket. I was thinking more along the lines of, say, Jason Gideon. So, who wants to go first?
Alright, here we go. I'm gonna probably die a couple of times here.
I will. But I wonder if you'd consider granting me a last request.
I suppose. As long as it's reasonable.
Could I kiss Sylvia goodbye? At least that way, I could die a happy man.
Well, I wouldn't want you to die unhappy. Go ahead. But don't do anything stupid.
Wow, how nice of him. He won't let us die unhappy.
I'm gonna find a way to get us out of this, okay?
Oh, that was very touching. Now let's get down to business. So who's first?
You know, Slade, any little girl looks tough with a gun. Why don't you pretend you're a real man? Let you and I go mano a mano, huh?
I'll give you one thing, you've got guts. All right. I'll make an exception this one time. No honor among thieves, eh, Murphy? Why don't you just come out first? Make things easy on yourself. If you don't, I might just kill your girlfriend first. You can't hide forever. I'll get you sooner or later. Sooner's better for me.
Okay, Slade, I give up. I'm not gonna get out of this situation alive anyway. I do have a proposition for you.
For some reason, you don't seem to understand. I don't need to make a deal with you.
Here's the pass card that Sonny stole from you. You let Sylvia and me go, I get you the other 6.
Well, how about that? You know, I'll bet you've got the other cards on you. Guess we'll find out soon enough.
Oh, okay. It was going pretty well up to that point. Oh, I'm gonna have to go through all that. It's a good thing I said that again, I guess. So, last request. That's a
I
long
will.
sequence.
You want to blackmail Gideon, don't you? To do that, you're gonna need all 8 STG pass cards. I know where you can get 7 of them.
What sort of a bloody drongo do you think I am?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I thought this is what he was gonna do last time. I think this was the right option.
Here's the STG pass card that Sonny stole from you. You let Sylvia and me go, I'll get you the other 6. Oops. Tell me something. Why did they call you Big Jim Slade?
Well?
Yeah, that clarifies it.
Well, if that didn't, these will. Ow, that wasn't too fair.
Are you okay?
Yeah.
That's too bad. You know, I hope you don't mind me saying this, but you are good. You are very, very good. You get lessons?
Well, yeah. Matter of fact, this one's on me. Oh, look. Time to die.
Slade!
This is for Sonny. Okay, did you overhear anything else?
No.
All right, look. Take this. You keep your eye on him. Cops will be here in a bit, so he shouldn't be a problem, but there's something he's got that I need.
Tex, about that thing that Klaus said about me.
Look, Sylvia, your business is your business.
No,
I understand, okay?
Please, please listen.
It's okay, really. The past is the past.
It's important to me. I want to tell you there's been some things in my life that I'm not very proud of. I used to work for an agency, an escort agency.
If I get out of this, I'm gonna bite your bloody leg off.
If he says one more thing, I want you to just shoot him.
I've known a lot of guys, but that was the past. It's behind me now.
And it's all right, okay? I mean, really, it's all right with me. It really doesn't matter, so relax, okay?
But I want it to matter to you. I've never had anything to do with Klaus or Law and Order or any of it.
What the hell is this? Card. Got it. Keep your eye on him,
I'm
okay?
a new woman now. I'm not the person I used to be.
Right.
Oh, come on. You did not fall for that old line, did you?
No, no way.
Yes, you did, didn't you? Okay, so how did Sylvia justify this whole escort thing with you?
Well, I guess she'd just gotten into modeling, was barely getting by. A friend told her of a great way to make money.
Yes.
I guess that's the only reason she did it.
Oh, likely story.
Yeah, well, I guess I was pretty gullible back then. Anyway, while Slade and Klaus were waiting for me to show up, Sylvia overheard them talking. Apparently, Klaus had operated on Carl Linsky. When he removed the tumor, he replaced it with an implant that eventually drove Linsky insane. Slade just tracked him to make sure he committed suicide.
I still think my theory's better.
Well, I told you yours was a better story. But regardless, Klaus was using Linsky as a guinea pig for the Law and Order Party for what they intended to use Overlord for.
Did Sylvia overhear anything else?
Yeah, she did, as a matter of fact. Now, Klaus still wasn't sure where the Overlord main computer was, but he suspected it was at J. St. Gideon's mansion.
And that's where you went next.
Right. When I told Sylvia, she said she knew how I could get in.
A shortcut to the bedroom, I'll bet.
Actually, that's what it was. Look, don't say it. I know I was a moron, but she did get me inside the mansion. So there I was, standing in Gideon's bedroom without any idea of what I was looking for.
Naughty pictures of Sylvia?
You really do have a one-track mind. Well, I don't have a password for Klaus's card. Something tells me I'm gonna need one before this thing is over. Maybe I should look around his office.
Yep, maybe you should.
Looks like some type of schematic drawing.
XT 11500 alarm system. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Gallery floor plan, danger note. All walls in center gallery become charged when test pattern is initiated. Okay.
Gideon's all set up for a round of tag team chess. I could stare at this painting for like 8 seconds without getting bored. That's a pawn. Probably ought to have my face on it. These must be antiques.
Nothing inside, really? Wow.
It looks like solid gold. Gideon must have paid a king's ransom. Wow, that's a pretty horsey. Looks like a bishop-shaped lamp. I'm fairly sure that's a queen. This sculpture is just like the one in my office. Of course, that's like comparing an actual Lamborghini to the Matchbox version. This sculpture is just like Abner, the juggling angel. Court, a novel by the author of Joy of Chess, More Joy of Chess, and everything you've ever wanted to know about chess but were afraid to ask. These must be antiques. I figured Gideon would have a bed like Scrooge McDuck's. Gideon must use these for strength training. Sylvia was probably more of an aerobic workout. A dumbbell bar. Reminds me of my dad's favorite hangout.
Wait, I'm still carrying this around. Should I combine with something maybe? Anyway. I guess it's there as a reminder just in case.
The chess set seems to be missing a few pieces. About 26 of them. Wonder why. Ah, the 9 Knights of St. Gideon. Galahad, Lancelot, Hector, Harry, Hotspur, Haggis, Deadeye Dick. The Shadow and Fierce Fred was the smallest and hungriest knight of them all. Well, the floor pretty well checks out. Gideon's all set up for a round of tag team chess.
Oh, okay. I'm supposed to do something here.
This door just leads to an exit. I need to look around here for something. Maybe a secret panel or door.
Maybe a secret panel or door. Am I maybe supposed to order them on the table like these are?
This sculpture is just like the one in my office. Of course, that's like comparing sculpture just like the one in my office. Of course, that's like comparing. The floor pretty well checks out. It looks like solid gold. Gideon must have paid a king's ransom.
Oh, it says their position is nice.
Gideon's all set up for a round of tag team chess. Looks like a bishop-shaped lamp. Look, a rook. This sculpture is just like the one in my office. Of course, that's like comparing an actual Lamborghini to the Matchbox version.
No, I guess that's not it, or I did it incorrectly.
Well, The floor pretty well checks out. Set all up for a round of tag team chess. This adds a pleasant tropical touch. This adds a pleasant tropical touch. I'm fairly sure that's a queen. That's a pawn. Probably ought to have my face on it. I figured Gideon would have a bed like Scrooge McDuck's. Court, a novel by the author of Joy of Chess, More Joy of Chess, and everything you've ever wanted to know about chess but were afraid to ask.
Okay, then what if I reverse it maybe? Like, this will have to be here, let's say. I think it was like that. There's also this stuff.
This sculpture is just like the one in my office. Of course, that's like comparing an actual Lamborghini to the Matchbox version. That doesn't seem to do anything. Well, that won't work. This sculpture is just like the one in my office. Of course, that's like comparing an actual Lamborghini to the Matchbox version.
Let's see. Move the chess pieces to the corresponding squares of the chess piece, statuettes, or to bypass type 911. Huh? Move the chess pieces to the corresponding squares of the chess piece statuettes. Well, I guess I must have done it wrong.
That's a pawn. Probably ought to have my face on it. It looks like solid gold. Gideon must have paid a king's ransom. Wow, that's a pretty horsey. Ah, the 9 Knights of St. Gideon. Galahad, like a bishop-shaped lamp. Something big just opened up around here.
Okay, there we go. And unfortunately,
Gideon's all set up for a round
review,
of tag team chess.
guess I'm gonna have to watch the video, see what I did wrong. Anyway. Wait, what? That's it?
Wonder what the switch does. Only one way to find out.
Well, what do you think?
I stepped out of a secret elevator onto a balcony overlooking a huge gallery filled with priceless paintings, beautiful sculptures, and classic statues.
In other words, a place where you were completely out of your element.
If you're implying that I have poor taste, then wouldn't that reflect poorly upon my choice of dates?
All right, I take it back. Continue.
Well, large chandeliers hung from the ceiling, and across the room I could see a set of doors. Unfortunately, the floor of the gallery was pressure sensitive and lit up with extremely high voltage. There had to be some way to get across, but it certainly wasn't obvious just how I was supposed to do it.
And thus I saved. Also worked out textures. I thought it wouldn't be such a big problem, but I guess I forgot that the textures are not drawn at all locations. I thought it was just for the office. Okay, so pressure plates and something here. I have no idea which one is the case right now though. I guess maybe this will help me.
Well, that's not gonna work.
No? Somewhere here?
Well, I'm no tightrope walker, but those retaining walls look as though they just might be wide enough to walk on. That doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay, but how do I get there?
I need to find something like this for Grandma Murphy. It'd be just the thing to serve her prize-winning potato salad on. This part of the floor is armed.
It's armed. Okay.
Well, that won't work. Well, that's not gonna work. That doesn't seem to do anything. Well, that won't work. Well, that's not gonna work.
I don't see any other items they have that could possibly help me out.
This must raise and lower the chandelier so it can be cleaned.
Okay.
I'll need much longer arms to reach that.
Here you go, buddy.
That won't work by itself.
Huh. Okay.
That doesn't seem to do anything. All this art, not one classic movie poster.
It's good to know that I can go.
A sturdy
really?
brass railing. Could probably support a lot of weight. And it looks like it's coming loose.
Nice.
Well, that won't work. Well, that's not gonna work.
What? Alright, well, I guess it was about time for another crash. Okay, well, I guess maybe if I load away previous save. I have one here, I don't know if it's gonna be good enough. Alright, here we go once again. I read that you should turn off the MIDI thingy somewhere. I guess that's it. Should be muted now. Okay, and let's see if that crashes the game.
Oh, I would have loved to have seen that. I can just imagine you shimmying across on that pole.
It's my formal dance training. Luckily, there was a big control panel on the outside of one of the walls. I just had to find it.
Alright, I've made it this far. It's nice. I'm gonna save. Save all that beautiful progress.
This painting has a somewhat religious feel to it. It was completely Greek to me.
Oh.
Well, I'm no expert, but I'm guessing Gideon didn't buy this one at Prince Plus. All this art and not one classic movie poster.
Unbelievable.
Ah, the statue of David. It reminds me of my last girlfriend. Nice body, but nothing upstairs.
Okay. I think there was something inside some of these little rooms in the middle.
This painting has a somewhat religious feel to it.
Yeah, they'll do. Oh, I can work with this. Nice.
Well, I'm no expert, but I'm guessing Gideon didn't buy this one at Prince Plus. This painting has a somewhat religious feel to it. All this art and not one classic movie poster.
Oops.
So I had no choice but to pursue another solution.
Accidentally fell off.
This painting has a somewhat religious feel to it.
Oh, what's that?
Another control panel. Maybe this one has something to do with the security system in here.
Maybe.
Damn, there's no off switch, just a test button. And I've never been good at taking tests.
Oops.
Need to jump down to the floor inside the display walls. So I had no choice but to pursue another solution.
Guess I was too slow. Okay, let's see. I should be able to somehow figure out what's going on as to what I am, but yeah, I didn't pay attention to the design. think I'm somewhere here. Man, this is gonna take some time. Okay. So I'm currently gonna fall down into this one, and then I'm gonna have to move. Question is, how do I know how long I have? Also, there is this, so I'm not stay inside and try to evade them. I'll have to get to the other side somehow. But isn't this where I came from? It is. Which here would be somewhere here, I think. Now if I'm here right now, means I came through here. So I need to get to this side. And I'm gonna be able to do that somewhere at the end, almost. Until then, I guess I'll have to dance around these inside rooms. Alright. Let's see what happens.
Need to jump down to the floor inside the display walls.
So what now?
Naturally, I would have been crazy to try that. Luckily.
Okay. So there is nothing telling me what's going on. No warnings, no nothing. I'll just have to travel around in a safe locations, in a safe trajectory. But then how would I know if I come around from this side over here like that clockwise? How would I know when to get out? Maybe the floor somehow lights up and tells me that? I didn't really pay attention to it.
Need to jump down to the floor inside the display walls. This part of the floor looks safe, for the moment.
Okay, how do I know when it's not? Oh, there we go. So, which one is that now? I think this one. Now I'm confused. Maybe I'm too early? I completely lost track. I completely lost track of the patterns.
Naturally, I would have been crazy to try that. Luckily, there was another way out of the situation without getting myself killed.
Okay.
I need to jump down to the floor inside the display walls.
Did they actually change the patterns here? Okay, at this point, I don't even know anymore.
So I had no choice but to pursue.
Alright, this room is messing with me so much. Okay, so get to the usual spot, stay there, I'll be safe until here, which is I'll see this house, this will be my cue to leave, get outside, then stay outside, I'll see this, I'll probably be able to see this on the right side, and then immediately go in, and stay in the north one. just for a sec. So I get out, go to the upper one, the upper left one, stay in there, but how would I know? How would I know how long to stay there? Aren't these too far away to see? Oh, I'll be able to see this. So as soon as I see that, I'll simply have to get out. And then I'll be at the other end. Hopefully, if I don't screw up. Alright, so once again, oh my god, they changed it. This is a little bit annoying. Actually, I can use the same strat, more or less. Okay, I think I'm ready. Just the final recap. And go.
Need to jump down to the floor inside the display walls.
Oh, that was close. Okay, so on the right side gets lit up. Was it this one? Nope, not this one. And from here I should be able to see like some half of this light up, and then I'll get out. Oh, not quite. Okay. Nice.
This looks suspiciously like a flower pot.
That electrical floor still hasn't been deactivated though, so that's something to keep in mind.
A CD. If I can find out what's on this, I might get a better idea of what Gideon's up to. There must be a place where I can run this disc somewhere around here. From the smell of fine cigars and old books coming from beyond this door, I deduce that this is J. St. Gideon's study. A dinosaur coin bank. Must be a keepsake from when Gideon was like the rest of us. Looks like a video game I played on Dad's old 286. As I remember, the game was just too darn big to fit on one floppy disk. The bat phone.
Bad phone. I think the game was supposed to be a reference to one of the old Tex Murphy games, but yeah, even if it was, we won't be able to see that here, unfortunately.
Sure, he's got a nice big desk. Size doesn't matter. It's all in how you use it. Nice wings. This appears to be an elaborate cabinet, but I can't figure out how to open it. 4 Tiffany lamps. Seems a little ostentatious. If I ever run into this Cupid guy, I'm gonna beat the hell out of him. This collection of pictures looks like something out of a Martha Stewart guide to interior decorating. So much wasted seating space. Those people at Glamour Shots really do some nice work. In my experience, bookshelves should always be inspected thoroughly.
Oh, really? Are you telling me something? You talking to me? Oh?
In my experience, bookshelves should always be inspected.
Ah.
Some sort of metal cross.
Okay.
Books, books, and more books.
Oh, so this one is not important? Thank you.
It sure beats the aquarium of guppies I had when I was a kid. These books must be for decoration. Experience. Bookshelves should always be inspected thoroughly.
Well, that's probably just debating one.
In my experience, bookshelves should always be inspected thoroughly.
It's possible.
In my experience, bookshelves should always be inspected thoroughly. Satan doesn't like the call, but Gabriel will be shooting the 1-on-1. The bat phone.
Okay, that's it.
Well, that won't work. Well, that's not gonna work.
Huh?
The cross must need to be placed in the right spot. Probably in one of those outlines that popped up when I first put the cross on the cabinet.
Oh, probably. What the heck? Aha.
Nothing boosts my confidence like finding a security card. This looks suspiciously like a flower pot.
Suspiciously?
This looks suspiciously like a flower pot.
Okay.
Seems like an odd place for a couch. I don't see a TV anywhere. Well, I can't help but admire the sturdiness and craftsmanship of the doors. I'll need to find a little something before I can open this. That doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay.
Seems like an odd place for a couch. I don't see a TV anywhere. Benches in here remind me of my undistinguished Little League career. Looks like the access panel requires a numeric code.
How am I supposed to find that? Huh. That's interesting.
I'll need to find a little something before I can open this. Well, that won't work. Well, that's not gonna work. Sure beats the aquarium of guppies I had when I was a kid. Wings. Gideon must be trying to corner the stained glass market. Nothing boosts my confidence like finding a security card.
Wait, the same security guard here again?
I'll bet Gideon bought this with his hard-earned cash. This looks suspiciously like a flower pot. Well, I can't help but admire the sturdiness and craftsmanship of the doors. I'll need to find a little something before I can open this.
A little something.
That doesn't seem to do anything. Well, that won't work. Well, that's not gonna work. Uh-oh. The floor's armed again. I'll need to find a way to turn it off from this side if I ever want to get out of here. If I remember my medieval history correctly, these figures represent Stan and Bill, the patron saints of oak paneling and brass fixtures. Gideon must be trying to corner the stained glass market. Those people at Glamour Shots really do some nice work. The bat phone. That doesn't seem to do anything. Well, that won't work. Dinosaur coin bank. Must be a keepsake from when Gideon was like the rest of us. These books must be for decoration. Well, that's not gonna work.
That's not gonna work. I don't know, I have no clues.
Looks like the access panel requires a numeric code. There must be a place where I can run this disk somewhere around here. A dinosaur coin bank. Must be a key. Seem to do anything. Well, that won't work. Well, that's not gonna work.
And another key card, security card.
Nothing boosts my confidence like finding a security card.
I wonder if that's maybe from the floor in the gallery room. But he said I'm gonna have to turn it off from this side.
Uh-oh. The floor's armed again. I'll need to find a way to turn it off from this side if I ever want to get out of here.
Let's see what this side means.
Unfortunately, the test sequence on the security system had finished and there was no way for me to get back across the floor. I ended up having to look around and find another way to shut down the system.
Oh, I'm not dead. But I also cannot see anything if there is something relevant here.
This guy's got girl trouble.
Alright, let's see. What does the game suggest I do? Find and look at the dinosaur coin bank. Oh, okay.
This is a curious little dropping.
Okay. That's something, but I still don't know how to proceed. Ah, this, maybe this room that doesn't require any codes.
Some sort of metal cross. Plants. A nice floral touch. So much wasted seating space. The relatively obscure philosopher Mediocrities.
Wow.
Give me 5, way down low.
Nice.
Hermaphrodite.
Okay.
What is this? This thing is ancient. Maybe I'll let Gideon know I was here by beating his high score.
Yeah, right. Okay, it took me some time to figure out the controls, but yeah, you can play that if you want. Nice.
Still fashionable after all these years. Still fashionable after all these years. Nightlight. These won't help, because I'm looking for clues. I don't care much for guns. Except, of course, when I'm hunting wabbit. Plants. Well, I'm surprised Gideon doesn't play on a round table. Gideon could probably beat me at chess, but I'd wax him in a game of 9-ball. Well, I hope Gideon got a good deal on these pool balls, because they're all numbered wrong.
Alright, that's apparently what I'm looking for.
Jigsaw puzzle. Gideon must get really bored. Well, I hope Gideon got a good deal on these pool balls, because they're all numbered wrong.
Exactly what I'm looking for. Alright, how many are there? Enough. Nice. Oh, is this gonna turn out to be upside down anyway? Maybe. So I guess this didn't work. I'm gonna have to reverse it. Yeah, now everything falls into place.
These chess terms must be passwords. Could be useful at some point.
Oh, hold the password, nice. Alright, all the passwords check out, except that I haven't checked the move for the H card, but I guess it's not that important. It's gonna be like the last move. Actually, I can probably figure it out because I have written all the other moves and there's only 8 possibles from that big note that I have from Greco. Okay. Maybe?
Plants. I don't care much for guns. Except, of course, when I'm hunting wabbit. Nightlight. Plants. Gideon must offer medium and large-size pizzas. Must offer medium and...
Okay, let's see, how was that here? One is red, blue, orange, purple, so 1647, and then something 8. Wait, another red? Oh, that's probably black, so 3 8, and that's probably magenta, 3 8 5 2. So 1647 3852. Okay, how was it again? Oh, 1647.
Transmitter arrays. I've seen them on Star Trek. Realigning them will solve just about any unforeseen problem.
Really?
Transmitter arrays. I've seen them on Star Trek. Unless I miss my guess, that's a graphic of Alcatraz Island. That's a picture of the president's daughter. What diabolical scheme is Gideon working on? An external display of Gideon's mansion. Good thing no one was on guard duty when I broke in. Unless I miss my guess, that's a graphic of Alcatraz Island. Gideon should know better than to leave top-secret discs just laying around. I wonder what these monitors are monitoring. An external display of Gideon's mansion. Good thing no one was on guard duty. Pretty high tech for me. I just learned how to use WordPerfect.
Mr. Gideon, security droids have been installed in cell blocks A and C. They are equipped with heat and motion sensing equipment. Droid number 1 patrols cell block A in a repeating pattern. Any target detected on the same level as the droid and within 20 feet will be destroyed unless it is inside the cell. Droid number 2 patrols the long corridor in cell block C in a repeating pattern. Any target detected on any level and within 70 feet of the droid will be destroyed unless it is inside a cell. The only safe zones are empty cells in cell blocks A and C, O of B and D, and the subterranean level, which is monitored by human security. ALC. Okay. This is a non-disclosure document. Construction on Alcatraz is to begin August 1st, 2036. The property has been purchased by Mr. Gideon and is no longer government property. Construction projects will include installation of modernized electrical work and plumbing, as well as fully automated climate control and air purification systems, storage equipment and capacity for 5 years worth of food and provisions, a security shield designed to block detection of all electrical, radio and particle transmissions, a subterranean command center with satellite links, extensive computerization, and state-of-the-art virtual reality capabilities, an extensive security system utilizing the existing structure. This will entail automated surveillance supervised by a small human contingent. Construction phases are to proceed as they did during the construction of Mr. Gideon's home. The projected completion date is December 1st, 2037. Okay.
There must be a place where I can run this disk somewhere around here.
Yep, already did that. Now, how do I deactivate the floor? Is there anything here? Because I don't see. I mean, it's a little bit hard to see stuff, especially when it's drawn this way.
That doesn't seem to do anything.
Okay. Let's see, what have I done? Turning off the security system for Gideon's gallery is up next. Accessing the computer in Bosworth Clark's lab. What? Didn't I already do that? Oh, it may not have counted because I think I had to reload sometime at some point there, so yeah, I may have forgotten to do it.
Security override panel. I hope it has something to do with the gallery floor. Looks like it needs a security card.
Yep. So, did anything happen?
Security override panel.
Let's hope so.
I need to find something like this for Grandma Murphy. It'd be just the thing to serve her prize-winning potato salad on.
So I guess I may have been wrong about these rooms. They were important enough just for you to hide in them. Yeah, it doesn't seem like I can get anything extra from this.
All this art and not one classic movie poster. I need to find something like this for Grandma Murphy. It'd be just the thing to serve her prize-winning potato salad on. Well, I'm no expert, but I'm guessing Gideon didn't buy this one at Prince Plus. All this art and not one classic movie poster. This part of the floor looks safe, for the moment. Well, I'm no expert, but I'm guessing Gideon didn't buy this one at Prince Plus.
Tex, you did it. Slade, when the cops came, he confessed to everything. The status of my daddy's death has been changed from suicide to homicide, and I got the money.
That's great, Sylvia. That's great. I'm not done with the case yet.
What do you mean you're not done?
There's still something I've got to do.
Why? We're rich. You can retire.
This isn't about money.
Well, what in the world else could it be about?
Call it a moral obligation.
What about your immoral obligation?
Gideon's project's out of control. I mean, a lot of people have died. Somebody's got to do something about it, and I'm in the best position to do that.
Why don't you just stay out of it? You've got plenty of things to take care of now, including me.
If our future's worth having, it's worth waiting for.
Look, we have everything around here to make us completely happy. How dare you want to throw it away? What are you trying to prove, huh? That you're brave and strong? Well, I've already seen that. What you're talking about is stupid.
Obviously don't understand me very well. I got into this business to help people, and I'm not just gonna sit around and watch this thing happen. I mean, how would I feel about myself?
You know what? You go play Boy Scout. I don't care.
Sylvia, I want us to be together, but you can't change me.
You know what? You do what you have to do. Just don't expect me to bring flowers to your funeral.
I left for Alcatraz right after Sylvia stormed out of my office. Probably should have gotten a good night's sleep first, but I was pretty wound up.
Poor baby.
Yeah, well, it turns out it didn't matter. As soon as I landed on Alcatraz and stepped out of my speeder, something zapped me and I blacked out. Must have been one of those security droids. When I came to, I was in a locked jail cell in one of the old prison sections.
Yeah, it seems like I won't be able to get back to Bosworth Clark's lab. Oh well, I guess it doesn't matter too much since it's gonna be mainly points. I think, yeah, the game let me proceed anyway, so it should be okay. Alright, well, I saved here and now I'm gonna go. So thank you for watching and see you later.